You're 26 years old. You're sitting in a hotel room in Atlanta. There's a gun on the table. A Glock 19. Suppressed. There's also an envelope. Inside is a photo of a man. His name is Marcus Webb. Age 42. Accountant. Married. 2 kids. You've never met him. You don't know what he did. You don't care. Someone paid $50,000 for him to die. And you're the one who's going to kill him. This is your first contract. This is level 1. And once you pull that trigger, you can never go back to being a normal person. Ever. You're 26 years old. You grew up in foster care. No family. No connections. You joined the army at 18. Infantry. You did 2 tours in Afghanistan. You saw combat. You killed people. Enemy combatants. Insurgents. At least that's what they told you. When you came home, you had PTSD. Nightmares. Anxiety. The VA gave you pills. They didn't help. You couldn't hold a job. Couldn't sleep. Couldn't function. You were broken. Then you met someone. A guy at a bar. Ex-military like you. He could tell you were struggling. He bought you a drink. You talked. He said he had a way to make money. Real money. Using the skills the army taught you. You knew what he meant. But you were desperate. Broke. Homeless in 3 months if something didn't change. So you said yes. He gave you a phone number. Call this. Say I sent you. They'll have work for you. You called. A woman answered. She didn't give her name. She asked questions. Military background? Yes. Combat experience? Yes. Willing to travel? Yes. She gave you an address. A storage unit in the suburbs. Inside there was a duffel bag. Inside the bag, a gun, $50,000 in cash, and a file folder with a photo and an address. The target. Marcus Webb. The instructions were simple. Make it look like a robbery. No witnesses. Clean scene. You have 48 hours. You follow him for a day. You learn his routine. He leaves work at 6 p.m. He stops at a grocery store. He drives home. He lives in a quiet neighborhood. Single-family homes. Big yards. Not many cameras. You wait until midnight. You break into his house through the back door. He's asleep upstairs. You climb the stairs. You enter his bedroom. You aim the gun. Your hands are shaking. This isn't combat. This is murder. But you pull the trigger. Twice. Center mass. He doesn't scream. He just stops breathing. You stage the scene. You take his wallet. You smash a window. You make it look like a burglary gone wrong. You leave. You drive 3 hours. You dump the gun in a lake. You burn your clothes. You go back to the storage unit. There's another envelope. $50,000. You take it. You leave. You got away with it. And that's the most terrifying part. If you've ever wondered if it's possible to take a life for money, most people can't. But some can. And once they do, they never stop. Leave a like if this is the darkest video yet. You're 28 now. You've done 6 hits in 2 years. All of them went clean. No arrests. No investigations. You're good at this. Too good. And word spreads in the underworld. You get calls now. Not from one broker. From multiple brokers. Each one has clients who need problems solved. Permanently. Your rate goes up. You charge $75,000 per contract now. Sometimes more depending on the difficulty. High-profile targets cost more. Witnesses cost more. Cops cost more. You've developed a system. You never meet clients directly. Everything goes through brokers. The broker takes 20% of the fee, but it keeps you insulated. If the client gets caught, they can't identify you. You also use different methods for different contracts. Sometimes it's a gun. Sometimes it's poison. Sometimes it's a staged accident. Car crash. House fire. Drug overdose. The method depends on what the client wants. Some clients want it to look like murder. A message. A warning. Others want it to look natural. No investigation. You've killed 12 people now. Men mostly. But 2 were women. You don't think about them as people anymore. They're just targets. Contracts. Jobs. You've learned to compartmentalize. When you pull the trigger, you're not killing a father or a husband. You're completing a transaction. 50,000 in. Target eliminated. 50,000 out. It's just business. But sometimes late at night you see their faces. You remember the way they looked when they realized they were about to die. The fear. The confusion. You drink to forget. It doesn't always work. Your life is strange now. You live in extended stay hotels. You never stay in the same city for more than 2 weeks. You have 3 fake IDs. 4 burner phones. No social media. No permanent address. No relationships. You can't risk getting close to anyone. Because if someone finds out what you do, you're either going to prison or you're going to die. You have over $400,000 saved. Hidden in safe deposit boxes across 5 states. But you can't spend it. Not really. Because spending it draws attention. So you live like you're broke. Cheap hotels. Fast food. Thrift store clothes. You're a millionaire who lives like a homeless person. One contract changes everything. The target is a federal prosecutor. She's building a RICO case against a drug cartel. If she succeeds, 20 people go to prison for life. The cartel offers you $500,000. $500,000. To kill a federal prosecutor. You know this is different. Killing a prosecutor brings federal heat. The FBI. The marshals. But $500,000 is $500,000. You take the job. You follow her for a week. She has security. Not full-time. But she's careful. You identify a weakness. She goes jogging every morning. Same route. Same time. 6 a.m. A park. Not many people around. You wait in the park. You're wearing running gear. You look like any other jogger. She runs past you. You fall in behind her. You wait until she's in a section with no cameras. You pull out a knife. You don't use a gun. Too loud. You stab her. Twice. She falls. You keep running. Just another jogger. No one notices. You're 3 states away by noon. The money arrives 2 days later. $500,000. But the FBI launches the biggest manhunt in a decade. They interview every person who was in that park. They review every camera in a 5-mile radius. They're hunting you. And they're good. The scariest part? This happens in real life. Prosecutors, journalists, activists. People get killed for doing the right thing. This world is darker than most people know. Nimon. You're 31 years old. You've killed 28 people. You've never been caught. You've never even been suspected. You're a ghost. And now you're a specialist. You don't take every contract anymore. You're selective. You only work for high-level clients. Cartels. Organized crime families. Oligarchs. Corrupt politicians. People who can pay premium rates. Your fee is now $250,000 per contract. Minimum. Complex jobs cost more. International jobs cost more. High-security targets cost more. You've upgraded your operation. You have a team now. Not employees. Independent contractors. A surveillance expert who tracks targets. A tech guy who hacks phones and cameras. A document forger who creates identities. A cleaner who disposes of bodies and evidence. You coordinate everything. You're the quarterback. They handle logistics. You handle the kill. It's professional, efficient, and nearly impossible to trace. You also have a lawyer. Not a criminal defense lawyer. A lawyer who specializes in offshore banking and shell companies. He helps you hide your money. You've made over $3 million. It's laundered through a network of companies in Panama, the Cayman Islands, and Singapore. On paper, you're a consultant. You pay taxes. You're legitimate. But the money comes from death. Your targets are different now. You're not killing accountants and small-time witnesses anymore. You're killing cartel leaders. Rival hitmen. Corrupt officials who've outlived their usefulness. These are dangerous people. They have security. They have bodyguards. They have paranoia. You have to be smarter. More patient. More creative. One contract takes you to Moscow. The target is a Russian oligarch. He lives in a penthouse. 24-hour security. Armored car. Bodyguards everywhere. You can't just shoot him. You have to make it look like an accident. You spend 6 weeks planning. You study his routine. You identify a weakness. He has a mistress. She visits him twice a week. She's not searched when she enters the building. She's trusted. You approach her. Not directly. Through an intermediary. You offer her $500,000. All she has to do is bring a bottle of wine to his penthouse. Special wine. Poisoned. She agrees. Greed is universal. The oligarch drinks the wine. He dies 3 hours later. Heart attack. Natural causes. No autopsy. No investigation. You're paid $1 million. You never meet the mistress. She's found dead a week later. Overdose. Loose ends eliminated. Not by you. By the client. This is how the game is played. But you're starting to make enemies. Other hitmen see you as competition. You've taken contracts they wanted. You've undercut their rates. You've killed people they were protecting. One night, you survive an assassination attempt. A car bomb. You notice the device before starting your engine. Someone wants you dead. You don't know who. Could be a rival. Could be a former client tying up loose ends. Could be law enforcement setting a trap. You go underground. You disappear for 6 months. You get facial reconstruction surgery in Thailand. You change your appearance. New nose. New chin. New identity. You emerge as a different person. And you're more careful now. Because you've learned the hard truth. In this business, everyone dies eventually. The only question is when. At this level, you're not just a killer. You're running a murder corporation. When does it stop being about survival and start being about the money? You're 35 years old. You're a myth. In the criminal underworld, they tell stories about you. The ghost. The surgeon. The reaper. Nobody knows your real name. Nobody knows your face, not your current one anyway. You've had 3 plastic surgeries. You've changed your appearance so many times that you don't recognize yourself in the mirror anymore. But everyone knows your work. Clean. Professional. Untraceable. You're the best in the world at what you do. And your reputation is worth more than gold. You don't advertise. You don't have a website on the dark web. You don't need to. Clients find you through reputation. Through whispers. Through intermediaries who know intermediaries who might know how to reach you. Your fee is now $1 million per contract. Flat rate. Non-negotiable. And people pay it. Because when you take a contract, the target dies. 100% success rate. No failures. No survivors. No witnesses. In 15 years, you've completed over 70 contracts. 70 people. Dead. Because someone paid you to kill them. Your targets now are untouchable. Heads of state. Billionaires. Intelligence agents. People with entire security teams. People who live in fortresses. But you find a way. Always. You've killed a Saudi prince in his palace. You've killed a Chinese businessman on his private jet. You've killed a CIA operative in a safe house. Each job is a puzzle. And you're the master solver. You use everything. Sniper rifles from a kilometer away. Poison delivered through a handshake. Drones modified to carry explosives. You've even used a heart attack gun, a weapon that fires a frozen dart laced with a toxin that causes cardiac arrest. No trace. Looks natural. But the money doesn't matter anymore. You have $20 million. Hidden. Untouchable. You could retire tomorrow. Live the rest of your life in luxury. But you don't. Because you're addicted. Not to the money. To the power. To the control. You decide who lives and who dies. You're God. And that feeling is more intoxicating than any drug. You're also untouchable. Or so you think. Intelligence agencies know you exist. The CIA, the Mossad. Mi-6. FSB. They've tried to catch you. They've tried to kill you. But you're always 3 steps ahead. You have sources inside intelligence agencies. Moles. People you've paid. People you've blackmailed. You know when they're coming before they know they're coming. But then you make a mistake. A small one. You take a contract you shouldn't have taken. The target is a whistleblower. An ex-intelligence officer who's about to testify about illegal government operations. The contract comes from someone inside the government. They're offering $5 million. You take it. You shouldn't have. Because this whistleblower is bait. The intelligence agencies wanted you to take the job. They've been tracking you for months. They know your patterns. They know your methods. They set the trap. And you walked right into it. You're in Vienna. You've tracked the whistleblower to a hotel. You're in position. Sniper rifle. 500 meters away. Perfect shot. You line up. You're about to pull the trigger. And then you see them. Red laser dots. On your chest. 3 of them. You've been surrounded. Special forces. You drop the rifle. You raise your hands. But you know you're not being arrested. You're being eliminated. They open fire. You dive. You survive. Barely. You escape. But you're wounded. And now, everyone knows you're not untouchable. You're mortal. And the hunt is on. When you're the best at killing people, eventually someone becomes the best at killing you. The hunter becomes the hunted. Who do you think wins? You're 36 years old. You're wounded. You have a bullet in your shoulder. You managed to escape Vienna. Barely. You flew to Morocco. No extradition treaty. You have a safe house in Tangier. A small apartment. Nondescript. You've been here for 3 weeks. Recovering. Hiding. Planning your next move. But you know they're looking for you. Every intelligence agency in the world. Interpol. Private contractors. Rival hitmen who want the bounty on your head. Yes, there's a bounty now. $10 million. Dead or alive. You're the most wanted man in the criminal underworld. You can't trust anyone. Not your old contacts. Not your team. Not even your brokers. Because $10 million is enough to make anyone betray anyone. You're alone. Truly alone. For the first time in your life, you understand fear. Real fear. Not the fear your victims felt, but the fear of being hunted. Of knowing that every moment could be your last. Every knock on the door could be a kill team. Every stranger on the street could be an assassin. You sleep with a gun under your pillow. You don't sleep more than 2 hours at a time. You start making plans to disappear. Permanently. You have money. $20 million. Hidden in cryptocurrency and offshore accounts. You can access it from anywhere. You research countries with no extradition. You research facial reconstruction surgeons. You research new identities. You could become someone else. Completely. A businessman in Argentina. A teacher in Vietnam. A retiree in New Zealand. You could vanish. But there's a problem. Your ego. You don't want to run. You don't want to hide. You're the best. You've never failed. And you're not going to start now. You decide to turn the tables. You start hunting the people hunting you. You identify the intelligence operatives tracking you. You find out who they are, where they live, who they love, and you send them a message. You kill one of them. A Mossad agent in Tel Aviv. Clean. Professional. A reminder of who you are. The message is clear. If you come for me, I come for you. But this escalates things. Now it's not just about capturing you. It's personal. They want revenge. They increase the bounty to 20 million. They put your face, your current face post-surgery, on a classified watch list. Every airport, every border, every intelligence database. You're the most wanted man on earth. And then you get a call. It's from someone you haven't heard from in years. Your old mentor. The man who trained you. The man who gave you your first contract. He's retired now. Living in the Philippines. He tells you to come see him. He says he can help you disappear. For real this time. You don't trust him. But you don't have many options left. You fly to Manila. You meet him in a beach house. He looks old now. Frail. He pours you a drink. You don't drink it. He smiles. Smart, he says. You think I poisoned it. You ask him what he wants. He tells you the truth. He's dying. Cancer. 6 months left. And he wants to make things right. He wants to help you escape. Because he feels guilty. He's the one who created you. And now he wants to save you. Can a killer be saved? Or is redemption impossible when you've taken 70 lives? Philosophy gets real when death is chasing you. Your mentor makes you an offer. He has connections. People in intelligence agencies who owe him favors. He can broker a deal. You give them information. Names. Locations. Methods. Everyone you've worked with. Everyone you've killed for. In exchange, they give you immunity. And a new life. Witness protection. But not the American program. Something better. A completely new identity in a country where no one will ever find you. You'll be truly free. But you have to betray everyone. Every client. Every broker. Every person who ever trusted you. You think about it for 3 days. You walk the beaches of Manila. You think about the 70 people you've killed. You think about the millions you've made. You think about the life you could have had if you'd made different choices. And you realize something. You're tired. So tired. You're 36 years old and you feel 60. You have scars on your body. Scars on your mind. You dream about the people you've killed. Their faces. Their last moments. You can't keep running forever. Eventually they'll catch you. And when they do, they'll kill you. Slowly. Painfully. So you take the deal. Your mentor arranges a meeting. A neutral location. A yacht off the coast of Indonesia. You meet with intelligence officers. 3 of them. Say, me 6. Mossad. They want everything. You give it to them. You spend 6 days debriefing. You tell them about the cartels. The oligarchs. The corrupt politicians. You give them names. Bank accounts. Safe houses. Communication methods. You give them everything. And in exchange they give you a new identity. New passport. New face. 1 more surgery. New life. New country. They relocate you to New Zealand. A small town. Population 2,000. You're given a backstory. You're a retired IT consultant from Australia. You buy a small house near the beach. You get a dog. You try to live a normal life. But normal is hard when you've killed 70 people. You don't sleep well. You don't trust anyone. When someone knocks on your door, you reach for a gun that isn't there anymore. You're free. But you're not at peace. 6 months into your new life, something happens. A man approaches you at a coffee shop. He sits down across from you. He knows your real name. Your old name. He knows what you did. He's not law enforcement. He's something worse. He's family. He's the brother of one of your victims. Victim number 43. A banker you killed in Dubai. The brother has been hunting you for 3 years. And he finally found you. He doesn't want money. He doesn't want justice. He wants revenge. He pulls out a gun. Right there in the coffee shop. And you realize something. You can never escape. The past always catches up. Always. The brother's hand is on the gun under the table. He's about to pull it. About to shoot you. Right here. Right now. In this coffee shop. But then something happens. He starts crying. Not angry crying. Sad crying. He puts the gun on the table. He slides it toward you. Do it yourself, he says. You owe him that much. You owe me that much. Pull the trigger. And it. Because I can't. I thought I could. But I can't become you. You look at the gun. It would be easy. 1 bullet. And it all. The guilt. The nightmares. The running. You've been running your whole life. From poverty. From pain. From yourself. And you're tired of running. But you don't pick up the gun. Instead you talk. For the first time in 15 years, you actually talk about what you've done. You tell him you're sorry. You tell him his brother didn't deserve to die. You tell him that you were just following orders, but that doesn't make it right. Nothing makes it right. You've taken 70 lives. 70 people who had families, dreams, futures, and you erased them. For money. The brother listens. And then he says something that breaks you. My brother's daughter is 8 now. She asks about him every day. What do I tell her? That her father was murdered by a man who didn't even know his name. You don't have an answer. There is no answer. The brother stands up. He leaves the gun on the table. He walks out of the coffee shop. You sit there alone, staring at the gun. You could pick it up. You could end it. But you don't. Because maybe living with the guilt is the punishment you deserve. You're 38 years old now. 2 years in New Zealand. The intelligence agencies kept their word. You're safe. No one's come for you. The brother never reported you. You live quietly. You volunteer at a local community center. You help troubled kids. Trying to save someone. Trying to balance the scales. It doesn't work. You can't save 70 people. But you try. Every day you try. You'll never be free. Not really. You can change your face. You can change your name. You can change your country. But you can't change what you've done. 70 people. 70 families destroyed. All because someone paid you to kill. And the worst part? You were good at it. The best. And some part of you, some dark part deep inside, still takes pride in that. And that's the real horror. Not that you killed, but that you don't know if you regret it. This is the rank system, where we show you every level of the world's most dangerous hierarchies. There's no glory here. Just blood. Just consequences. Just ghosts you can never escape. If you made it this far, hit subscribe. Next week, we're breaking down every rank in a human trafficking organization. The darkest hierarchy we've covered yet. And remember, this is education, not inspiration. Some lines should never be crossed.